When rumors of gold started to spread in Glitter Rise, the once quiet town quickly turned dangerous. And when two people who Bella deeply cared about became victims to these dangers, she couldn't just sit and let it pass. She had to do something. Hello everyone, it's me Crayon and welcome back to Sneaky Crayon. Today we are doing the walkthrough for Showdown in Glitter Rise. This book has 2 chapters and a total of 38 stages. It gives us 3 new companions. First, we have Wappy. To finish this book, we need Wappy's goodwill raised to level 7. I'm kinda excited about his relic because he is the first one with 5-star perky cooling tag, so this could be very helpful, especially in some events. Wappy likes gifts with mysterious and tool tags, so the perfect gift for him is the Fountain of Life, which you can craft by combining water and another water. Next, we have Alexia. We also need her to be level 7 to finish this book. She likes gifts with collectible and food tags, so the perfect gift for her is the aged whiskey, which we can get by combining plant and water. Our third companion is Sam. Again, we need him to be level 7 to finish the book. Sam likes gifts with food and decor tags, so the candy cane is the perfect gift for him. You can get it by combining fruit and seasoning. But first, if you are new to this channel, I share steps here on how I unlock levels, endings, and stage events in Time Princess books. So if that's of interest to you, please consider clicking on the like and subscribe button for more walkthroughs. With that out of the way, let's go and bring back the order in Glitter Rise. Stage 1-1 has only one set of choices, which does not affect the story. Playing this stage will also unlock the event log, Sheriff. It is important that we get a perfect score in this stage Dress Up because its blueprint reward will be needed to craft the required item in stage 1-10 later. Remember to always upgrade your Fashion Lab and your Time Academy whenever you have the resources. Also, don't forget to claim your bonuses from your recollection each time you complete a set, because they can also boost your score a little. And lastly, prefer using 5-star relics with at least 1 tag matching the stage requirement. Here I'm using Clara level 1. Stage 1-2 has 2 sets of choices, but none of them affects future stages. Although choosing Take His Hand in the second set of choices will increase Sam's goodwill. Clearing this stage also unlocks the album art on horseback. Again, it is important that we get a perfect score from this stage because we will need its blueprint reward for crafting the required item in stage 113 later. To boost your score, always remember to upgrade your Fashion Lab and Time Academy whenever you have the resources. Also, it is better to use items from the same book you're reading because they give better points. Don't forget to include a cat in your dress up. Here, I'm using a 5-star level 10 Grand Elegant cat. And lastly, prefer using 5-star relics with at least 1 tag matching the stage requirement. Here, I'm using Shi Cheng level 105. Stage 1-3 is another easy stage with only 1 stage event and 1 set of choices that does not affect future stages. Playing this stage unlocks the event log Wanted poster as well as the album art Sheriff's Memories. We need to get a perfect score in this stage Dress Up because even though the blueprint reward here is not a required item in future stages, it is needed in order to craft the required item in stage 1-7. So to boost your score, just upgrade your Fashion Lab and Time Academy. Prefer using items from the same book if possible. Always include a cat in your dress up. And lastly, prefer using 5-star relics that has at least 1 tag matching the stage requirements. For this stage, I'm using Yasmin's relic level 50. Stage 1-4 has 2 stage events to unlock. Playing this level will also unlock an event log bounty hunter. To get the first stage event, let's obtain the ending Flee in Panic by just playing this stage and choose Leave him to fight alone from the choices. Now checking on the flowchart, you will see that we have already obtained the ending Flee in Panic. To get the second stage event, let's unlock stage 1-5 by again playing this stage and this time choose Try Covering Him. It is also important that we get a perfect score in this stage because we need the blueprint reward here to craft the required item in stage 1-7. So to boost your score, always upgrade your Fashion Lab and Time Academy whenever you have the materials. I would also recommend to upgrade a 5-star relics only, and prefer using 5-star relics with at least 1 tag matching the stage requirements. For this stage, I'm using Z at level 45. To unlock stage 1-5, just select Try Covering Him in 1-4. This stage requires Wapi's Goodwill raised to level 2, and we also need to craft the Mocha Top. You will get its blueprint in your mail after upgrading Alexia's Goodwill to level 3. We only have one set of choices here that does not affect future stages, so the challenge in this stage lies on winning the dress up, because we have to get a perfect score here in order to get the blueprint reward, which we're gonna need in crafting a required item later in the book. Upgrading your Fashion Lab and Time Academy is a huge help in boosting your score, as well as using 5-star relics that has at least 1 tag matching the stage requirement. So for this stage, I'm using Shi Cheng level 105. Stage 1-6 requires Alexia's Goodwill raised to level 2. This is an easy stage with 2 sets of choices and 2 stage events to unlock. Our first set of choices does not affect future stages, but choosing to tell her the truth will increase Alexia's Goodwill. The second set of choices is where we unlock all our stage events. To get the first one, let's obtain the ending An Uneventful Life. So to do this, just choose to go along with Alexia in the second set of choices. To get the second stage event, let's unlock stage 1-7. And to do this, just replay 1-6 and this time select Reaffirm Your Decision. For the dress up, here's the complete list of items I used to get a perfect score here. The blueprint reward here is not required in any of the future stages, so it's okay if you don't get a perfect score. Unless you are aiming for 100% completion of the book, then you have to get a perfect score. For this stage, I'm using Yasmin's Relic raised to level 50. To unlock stage 1-7, just select Reaffirm Your Decision in 1-6. This stage requires for us to craft the classic charm skirt. Its blueprint is obtained by getting a perfect score in stage 1-4. Again, this is an easy stage with 3 sets of choices and 2 stage events to unlock. The first and second set of choices are just for interest, so whatever you choose here won't affect the future stages, and switching between their options won't require stamina. The third set of choices is where we unlock all our stage events. To get the first one, let's unlock stage 1-8, and you can do this by simply choosing the stranger from the third set of choices. To get the second stage event, let's unlock stage 111, and to do this, just replay 1-7 and this time choose Sam. Again, it is important that we get a perfect score in this stage dress up because we're gonna need its blueprint reward to craft the required item in stage 1-10 later. So here's all the items I used to get the perfect score here. Remember to always upgrade your Fashion Lab and Time Academy when you have enough materials. Prefer using items from the same book you're reading because they give better points. And lastly, prefer using 5-star relics with at least one tag matching the stage requirement. For this stage, I'm using Clara's Relic Level 1. To unlock Stage 1-8, just select the Stranger from Stage 1-7's third set of choices. This stage requires Wappy's Goodwill raised to level 3. There are 3 sets of choices here. The first set of choices does not affect future stages, but switching between its options will require stamina. So I would suggest choosing Agree Trustingly because this choice will increase Wappy's Goodwill. The second set of choices will affect multiple stages in the second chapter of this book, so switching between these choices also requires stamina. And just like the first set, the third set of choices does not affect future stages and does not increase any companion goodwill, so switching between them won't require extra stamina. The blueprint reward from this stage is not a required item, but it is needed to craft a required item in a later stage. So we have to get a perfect score here. Now if you didn't reach the perfect score, you have to upgrade your Fashion Lab. Prioritize maxing the dress first, followed by the hair, then the accessories. You can also upgrade the warm or noble tags from your Time Academy. And lastly, always prefer using 5-star relics with at least one tag matching the requirements. They give better points than 4-star relics with both tags matching. For this stage, I'm using Z level 45. Stage 1-9 requires Alexia's Goodwill raised to level 3. There are 2 sets of choices here and none of them affects future stages. But if you choose Ask to visit Wilmer's final resting place in the first set of choices, it will increase Wappy's Goodwill. And choosing Ask him to leave in the second set of choices will increase Sam's Goodwill. The blueprint reward here is also not a required item, but it is needed to craft a required item in a later stage. So we have to get a perfect score in this dress up. To boost your score, always remember to upgrade your Fashion Lab. It will also help if you upgrade the Perky or the Noble tag in your Time Academy. Also, don't forget to claim the notes in your recollection because you get extra points for certain tags each time you level it up. And lastly, always prefer using 5-star relics with at least one tag matching the stage requirement. For this stage, I am using Shi Cheng level 105. Stage 1-10 requires Wappy's Goodwill raised to level 4. We also need to craft the Ram Tango hair. Its blueprint can be obtained by getting a perfect score in Stage 1-7. This stage has 2 sets of choices, and even though none of them affects future stages, the first set of choices requires stamina when switching. The second set of choices also does not affect future stages, but here, switching between choices won't cost you stamina. Clearing this stage will also unlock the album art, Leaving the Nest. As for the dress up, it is again important to get a perfect score in this stage because we're gonna need its blueprint reward for crafting a required item in a later stage. To boost your score, remember to upgrade your Fashion Lab, max the dress first, followed by the hair and accessories. You can also upgrade the Charming or the Noble tag in your Time Academy. And lastly, use 5-star relics that has at least one tag matching the stage requirement. For this stage, I'm using Clara's level 1 relic. To unlock Stage 111, just select Sam in 1-7. This stage has only one set of choices that does not affect future stages. It also is a no dress-up stage, so we can just enjoy the story here. Stage 1-12 requires Sam's goodwill raised to level 2. We have one set of choices in this stage, but none of its options affects future stages. But choosing Ask Him to Leave will increase Sam's goodwill. We need a perfect score in the dress up here because we will be needing its blueprint reward to craft a required item in stage 115 later. So to help boost your score, I would suggest using items from the same book you're reading if possible. Always upgrade your fashion lab whenever you have the materials. Also, upgrading the charming and noble tags in your time academy can also help. Then finally use 5-star relics that has at least one tag matching the stage requirement. Here I'm using Clara's level 1 relic. Stage 113 requires Alexia's goodwill raised to level 3. We also need to craft the Warren Era top. Its blueprint can be obtained by getting a perfect score in stage 1-2. This stage has two sets of choices and none of them affects future stages. But choosing Ask Him what's been bothering him in the first set of choices will increase Sam's goodwill. And choosing Ask for Sam's opinion in the second set of choices will also increase Sam's goodwill. We need this stage blueprint reward to craft a required item in stage 2-2 later, so it is important that we get a perfect score here. Upgrading your fashion lab and your time academy can boost your score greatly. Also prefer using 5-star relics that has at least one tag matching the stage requirement. They give better points than 4-star relics with both tags matching. Here I am using Z's level 45 relic. Stage 114 requires Sam's goodwill raised to level 3. We have two stage events to unlock here. To get the first one, let's unlock stage 115. And to do that, just play 114 and select Show Her the Cigar Bot from the choices. To get the second stage event, let's obtain the ending Nothing Gained. So let's just replay stage 114 and select I'm Overthinking It. Clearing this stage will also unlock the album art, Leaving the Nest. For the dress up, we need to get a perfect score here because its blueprint reward is for the required item in stage 2-2. So we need to get this reward to continue with the story later. If you didn't get a perfect here, just upgrade your fashion lab, upgrade your time academy, and use 5-star relics that has at least one tag matching the stage requirement. For this stage, I'm using Clara's level 1 relic. To unlock stage 115, just select Show Her the Cigar Bot in stage 114. This stage has two sets of choices. The first set of choices does not affect future stages, but choosing Tell Her the Truth will increase Alexia's goodwill. The second set of choices does not affect future stages as well. It also does not increase any companion goodwill. This is again a stage where we need to get a perfect score in the dress up, because its blueprint reward is for a required item in stage 118. Upgrading your fashion lab and time academy is a huge help in boosting your score, as well as using 5-star relics that has at least one tag matching the stage requirement. So for this stage, I'm using Z's level 45 relic. Stage 116 requires Sam's goodwill raised to level 4. We also need to craft the blue cheese dress. You can purchase its blueprint from Parvin's shop for 475 diamonds. We have two stage events to unlock here, and to get the first one, let's obtain the ending Never Ending Nightmare. And to do this, just play 116 and select Just Break In from the choices. To get the second stage event, we have to unlock stage 117. So let's replay 116 and this time we select Deal with the Patrolman. Again, the blueprint reward here is essential in crafting the required item in stage 2-4. So we have to get a perfect score here in order to continue with the story. To boost your score, don't forget to upgrade your fashion lab. You can also upgrade the simple or the perky tags in your Time Academy. And lastly, prefer using 5-star relics that has at least one tag matching their stage requirements. Here I'm using Yasmin's level 50 relic. To unlock stage 117, just select Deal with the Patrolman in stage 116. This stage requires Alexia's goodwill raised to level 5. We only have one stage event here and one set of choices. These choices are just for interest, so whatever option you choose here won't affect future stages. We need to get a perfect score in this stage Dress Up because its blueprint reward is the required item in stage 2-4. So if you haven't reached perfect score, try upgrading your fashion lab, prioritize maxing the dress first, followed by the hair, then the accessories. You can also upgrade the perky or the noble tags in your Time Academy. Also prefer using 5-star relics that has at least one tag matching the stage requirement. They give better points than 4-star relics with both tags matching. Here I'm using Shi Cheng's level 105 relic. Stage 118 requires Sam's goodwill raised to level 5. We also need to craft the Sweetheart Cheese Hair. Its blueprint can be obtained by getting a perfect score in stage 115. We have only one set of choices here, and while they don't affect future stages, choosing Give Her a Hug will increase Alexia's goodwill. We have to get a perfect score in this stage Dress Up because the blueprint reward here is essential in crafting the required item in stage 2-7. If you didn't get a perfect score, there are a few ways to boost your score. First, prefer using items from the same book you're reading to get better points. Then upgrade your fashion lab. You may also upgrade the simple or the perky tags in your Time Academy. And lastly, prefer using 5-star relics even if they only have one tag matching the requirement. For this stage, I'm using Yasmin's level 50 relic. To unlock stage 2-1, we must meet a few conditions. We must have at least 8 perfect clears in chapter 1. We also must have at least 10 glitter rice items in our wardrobe. Choose Sam in stage 1-7 and clear stage 118. This stage is no dress-up stage and it has only one set of choices, and these choices are just for interest, so whatever you choose here won't affect future stages. Stage 2-2 requires Alexia's goodwill raised to level 6. We also need to craft the foamy summer hat. Its blueprint can be obtained by getting a perfect score in stage 114. This stage has only one set of choices. They don't affect future stages, but choosing Talk to Wappy will increase Wappy's goodwill. And choosing Talk to Sam will increase Sam's goodwill. Clearing this stage will also unlock the album art Morning Under the Poinciana Tree. The blueprint reward in this stage is not a required item in future stages, but it is needed in order to craft the required item in stage 2-7. To boost your dress-up score, upgrade your fashion lab and prioritize maxing the dress first, followed by the hair, then the accessories. You can also upgrade the perky or the noble tags in your Time Academy. And lastly, prefer using 5-star relics with at least one tag matching the stage requirement. For this stage, I'm using Shi Cheng's level 105 relic. Stage 2-3 is another no dress-up stage, but it has 2 stage events to unlock. To get the first one, we have to unlock stage 2-4, and to do this, just play 2-3 and select Remain Silent from the choices. To get the second stage event, let's obtain the ending Bounty Hunter. So to get it, just replay 2-3 and this time choose Ask Him to Stop. To unlock stage 2-4, just select Remain Silent in 2-3. This stage requires Sam's Goodwill raised to level 6. We also need to craft the Water of Life earrings. Its blueprint can be obtained by getting a perfect score in stage 117. We have only one set of choices here, and whatever option you choose will not affect future stages. For the dress up, these are the items I used to get a perfect score in this stage. I also included a 4-star level 10 formal warm cat in my dress up to boost my score. And for the relic, I'm using Z's level 45 relic. Stage 2-5 is a no dress-up stage. It has one set of choices, but none of them affects future stages. So we can just enjoy the story in this stage. Stage 2-6 requires Alexia's Goodwill raised to level 7. We also need to craft the Olden Times hat. You will get its blueprint from your mail after upgrading Sam to level 3. This stage has only one set of choices. They don't affect future stages, but choosing Trust Yourself would increase Sam's Goodwill. For the dress up, these are the items I used to get a perfect score in this stage. If you are not aiming for the 100% completion of the book, then it's okay if you don't get a perfect score here, because the blueprint reward in this stage is not required in any coming stages. For this stage relic, I'm using Clara, but now I have upgraded her relic to level 10. Stage 2-7 requires Sam's Goodwill raised to level 7. We also need to craft the metallic tang necklace. Its blueprint can be obtained by getting a perfect score in stage 2-2. This stage has just one set of choices, and these choices are just for interest, so whichever you choose here won't affect future stages. Now here are the items I used to get a perfect score in this stage. The blueprint reward in this stage is not required in any of the coming stages, so it's okay if you don't get a perfect score here yet. But if you want to finish this book 100%, then you have to reach the perfect score. The relic I used here is Yasmin's level 50 relic. Stage 2-8 is a no dress-up stage, but it has 2 stage events to unlock. To get the first stage event, let's obtain the ending On the Road Again. To do this, just play stage 2-8 and choose Leave with Dad in its choices. To get the second stage event, let's obtain the ending Celebratory Toast. So let's just replay stage 2-8 and this time select Stay in the Town. This option also unlocks the album art Cheers. To unlock stage 2-9, we must meet a few conditions. First, we must have at least 8 perfect clears in Chapter 1. Then we must have at least 10 glitter rice items in our wardrobe. Next, play stage 1-7 and select the stranger. And lastly, clear stage 1-10. This stage has only one set of choices, and these choices are just for interest, so the real challenge here is in winning the dress up. The blueprint reward here is not required in any of the future stages, so you can still continue with the story even if you don't get a perfect score here. But just in case you need them, here are the items I used to get a perfect score. I also included a 4-star level 10 formal warm cat in there, and for the relic, I'm using Z level 45. Stage 2-10 is a no dress-up stage. Its choices are also just for interest, so whichever you choose here will not affect future stages. So for this stage, all we have to do is enjoy the story. Stage 2-11 requires Wappy's Goodwill raised to level 5. We also need to craft the wooden barrel spans. You can get its blueprint from your mail after upgrading Wappy to level 3. This stage has 2 stage events to unlock, and to get the first one we have to unlock stage 2-12. To do this, just play 2-11 and select Think of a Plan. To get the second stage event, let's obtain the ending A Reckless Decision. So just replay stage 2-11 and this time select Ask Alwyn directly. We need to get a perfect score in this stage dress up because we will need its blueprint reward to craft a required item so we can continue with the story later. Upgrading your fashion lab helps in boosting your score. You can also upgrade the warm and nubble tags in your Time Academy. Prefer using items from the same book you're reading to get better points. And lastly, prefer using 5-star relics that has at least one tag matching the stage requirements. For this stage, I'm using Z's level 45 relic. To unlock stage 2-12, just select Think of a Plan in stage 2-11. This stage has 2 stage events to unlock. To get the first stage event, let's unlock Get Sam's Understanding Path in the flowchart. So to do this, first we must go back to stage 1-8 and select Tell Sam from its second set of choices. Then play stage 2-12. To get the second stage event, let's unlock Sam is Angry That You Hid Things From Him path in the flowchart. To do this, again, let's go back to stage 1-8 and this time select Don't Tell Sam for now, then play stage 2-12. As for the dress up, the blueprint reward here is not for a required item in future stages, but we needed to craft a required item later. So again, it is important that we get a perfect score here. To boost your score, you can upgrade your fashion lab. You can also upgrade the perky or the noble items from your Time Academy. Leveling up the harmonic scale in your recollection also gives tag bonuses, so make sure to craft clothing whenever you have the resources. Also prefer using 5-star relics that has at least one tag matching the stage requirements. For this stage, I'm using Shi Cheng's level 105 relic. Stage 213 requires Alexia's Goodwill raised to level 4. We also need to craft the Future Pursue bracelet. Its blueprint can be obtained by getting a perfect score in stage 110. The choices in this stage are just for interest and does not affect future stages, but switching between them will require stamina. Now here are the items I used to get a perfect score in this stage dress up. The blueprint reward here is not needed in future stages, so you can still continue with the story even if you don't get a perfect score here. But if you want to complete this book, then you have to get a perfect score. For this stage, I'm using Clara's level 10 relic. Stage 214 requires Wappy's goodwill raised to level 6. We have two sets of choices here. The first set of choices does not affect future stages, but choosing Ask Her to Rest will increase Alexia's goodwill. The options in this stage second set of choices affects future stages. This is also where we get all two stage events for this level. So to get the first stage event, just play 214 and select Perhaps You're Right. This option also unlocks a rift between you and Sam path in the flowchart. To get the second stage event, play 214 and select I Disagree in its second set of choices. This choice also unlocks no rift between you and Sam path in the flowchart. The blueprint reward here is not needed in any of the future stages, so it's okay if you don't get a perfect score here unless you are aiming for 100% completion of the book. Always remember to upgrade your Fashion Lab and your Time Academy to boost your score. Also prefer using items from the same book you're reading because they tend to give better points. And lastly, use 5-star relics with at least one tag matching the stage requirement. Here I'm using Yasmin's level 50 relic. Stage 215 requires for us to craft the caramel latte pants. You may purchase its blueprint in Parvin's shop for 220 diamonds. This stage has only one set of choices and they're just for interest, so whatever you choose here won't affect future stages. So the challenge here lies on winning the dress up. We won't be needing the blueprint reward here in future stages, so it's okay if you don't get a perfect score here, unless you are trying to finish the book 100%. I always recommend to use 5-star relics that has at least one tag matching the stage requirement, so here I'm using Shi Cheng's level 105 relic. Stage 216 requires Alexia's goodwill raised to level 5. Again, this stage has only one set of choices that does not affect future stages, but choosing Ask Him if it rings a bell will increase Sam's goodwill. The real challenge in this level is again in winning the dress up. You can upgrade your Fashion Lab and Time Academy to boost your score. But the blueprint reward here is not required in any of the remaining stages, so it's okay if you don't get a perfect score here, unless you are trying to finish the book 100%. For this dress up, I'm using Yasmin's level 50 relic. Stage 217 requires for us to craft the Malt's Soul hat. You can purchase its blueprint from Parvin's shop for 275 diamonds. This stage has only one set of choices, which are just for interest and does not affect future stages. Now here are the items I used for this stage dress up. The blueprint reward here is not for a required item, so it's okay if you don't get a perfect score here unless you are aiming to finish the book 100%. For this dress up, I'm using Z's level 45 relic. Stage 218 requires Alexia's goodwill raised to level 6. We have 3 stage events to unlock in this stage, so to get the first one, let's unlock stage 219. And you can do this by playing 218 and select Stop the Duel. Clearing this stage also unlocks the album art Morning Under the Poinciana Tree. To get the second stage event, let's obtain the ending The Red Farewell. And to do this, first we have to go back to stage 1-8 and select Tell Sam from its second set of choices. Then play stage 212, and after that, go to stage 214 and select I Disagree. And lastly, play stage 218 and select Let the Duel Go On. So now we got the ending The Red Farewell. These steps also unlocks the Inform Sam path in the flowchart. To get the third stage event, let's obtain the ending Paying the Price. And to do this, again, let's go back to stage 1-8 and select Don't Tell Sam for Now in its second set of choices. Next, play stage 2-12. Then go to stage 214 and select Perhaps You're Right. And lastly, play stage 218 and select Let the Duel Go On. These steps will also unlock Don't Inform Sam path in the flowchart. Now here's the list of items I used to get a perfect score in stage 218's Dress Up. The blueprint reward you get here is not for a required item, so you can still continue with the story even if you haven't got a perfect score. So for this Dress Up, I'm using Yasmin's level 50 relic. Stage 219 requires Wapi's goodwill raised to level 7. We have 2 stage events here which we can unlock simply by playing all choices. So to get the first stage event, just play 219 and select Subdue His Accomplices. To get the second stage event, just replay 219 and this time select Deal with Alwyn. For the Dress Up, it's okay if you don't reach the perfect score here because its blueprint reward is not a required item. But if you're aiming to finish the book 100%, then you must reach perfect score. To boost your score, make sure to upgrade your Fashion Lab as well as your Time Academy, and prefer using 5-star relics that has at least 1 tag matching the stage requirements. For this Dress Up, I'm using Clara's level 10 relic. Stage 220 requires for us to have Alexia's goodwill raised to level 7. We also need to craft the lightly roasted gloves. Its blueprint can be obtained by getting a perfect score in stage 211. We have 3 stage events to unlock here, and to get the first one, let's obtain the ending The Future Sheriff. And to do this, first we need to go back to stage 219 and select Deal with Alwyn. Then let's play stage 220 and select There Are Other Matters I Need to See To in its second set of choices. To get the second stage event, let's obtain the ending The Chosen Path. And to do this, go back to stage 219 and select Deal with Alwyn, then play stage 220 and this time select Accompany Wapi. This choice also unlocks the album art Boundless Wilderness. Now to get the third stage event, let's obtain the ending The Silent Farewell. And to do this, go back to stage 219 again and select Subdue His Accomplices. Then play stage 220. Now here's the list of items I used to get a perfect score in this stage. This is the last stage for this book, so it's fine if you don't get a perfect here. But if you want to complete the book 100%, here's how to boost your score. Use items from the same book you're reading to get better points, upgrade your fashion lab and your time academy, and use 5-star relics that has at least one tag matching the stage requirements. For this stage, I'm using Shi Cheng's level 105 relic. So there you have it. We have finished the book, unlocked all the levels and all its stage events. All we have to do now to get 100% completion is to craft all the clothing items from this book. This book is a little expensive because its crafting needs lots of materials, but its blueprint from Parvens does not cost as much diamonds as the other books. We only need 970 diamonds here to buy all blueprints from Parvens. So that's gonna do it, guys. If you find this video helpful, please consider tapping on the like and subscribe button for more Time Princess walkthroughs. I hope you had fun with this book and I'll see you in the next one.